Yo guys, what's going on and welcome back to the Bradford Save, where the scheduling gods have worked in my favour for once. The Portsmouth game has been moved due to international commitments, so now I get to play Huddersfield and Leeds one after the other, and the spoils of the West Yorkshire derbies gets decided all in one go, pretty much. If Leeds could play Huddersfield on a friendly in this international break, that would be great, just to, complete the trio. However, Huddersfield, 6th round of the FA Cup, and then Leeds in the Championship. Now, I'll bring you up to speed on the Championship situation after this FA Cup. All the attention on Huddersfield first and foremost. But of course, just a brief reminder of how things have been going in general. We have steadied the ship in the Championship after back-to-back losses to Millwall and Reading before the win against Burnley. 0-0 with Norwich and 2-2 with Blackburn. A fairly creditable loss against Cardiff is slightly disappointing. We did go up in that game, but Cardiff are the runaway leaders in this division right now. So a 2-1 loss to the presumed champions isn't really that bad, really. But then a 3-2 win against Bristol got us back on winning ways, and hopefully we can continue that against Huddersfield. However, slightly concerning in the Bristol game, we were 3-0 up at half-time, and a 90th minute second goal really made me panic. Grippo scored in that, Ruiz scored in that game. Ruiz is on 21 goals, by the way. He is absolutely storming this year. What a great signing he has been. So we can see there just the other three games have already been played in this FA Cup 6th round. Man United and Newcastle triumphing over against their Championship opposition. So hopefully we can buck that trend. West Ham beating their London rivals Arsenal on penalties. That must hurt. So Man United, Newcastle and West Ham, potential meetings in the last four. It's worth noting, we're not that far off on the odds situation here. Huddersfield are only marginal favourites. They are 20th in the Premier League. The manager switcheroo in the Premier League is rather confusing, I did check. Pochettino was sacked, Klopp moved to Tottenham, Pep moved to Liverpool, and I really don't understand football anymore. So, Ruiz is heading the line for us today. 21 goals to his name this season. Of course he's the starter. Lopez and Tex remain the wingers because Bola is still injured. Dominguez, Much and Ferreira are our best options that aren't cup-tied in the middle of the pack. Gibson, Garcia, Grippo, Medina on the back line. Garcia is back to fitness. Whilst not being amazing, I'm keeping faith because he is regarded as our best defender, and Spencer in goal because Martinez is also cup-tied. The bench is pretty much our best options again that aren't cup-tied. Lee Murphy makes an appearance on the bench for the goalie situation because he is apparently better than our long-standing Sykes Kenworthy. Garcia returns to the fray. Returning to fitness but valid for 75 minutes, so I think he's definitely there and useful enough to come off the bench as a replacement for either wing. That's what I love about Darcy. He can play on both sides, gives us that flexibility that we don't have with our other wingers, pretty much, other than Tex, of course. It is worth mentioning, don't really keep an eye out for Lee Murphy in the future. He is our 5th best goalkeeper right now, just because Luis Golubovic on loan and Martinez is cup-tied. Their team looks somewhat familiar to the team I seem to recognise being relegated this year in real life, other than Fabio Barini. I'm sure there's others in there, but let's have some passion for the cup. Yeah, that'll be good. Kind of working. Both of us play in our natural home kits, which is nice, particularly for a local derby like this. Maroon for us, white with blue for them on the logos. Gripper over a free kick. We know we can... Well, I didn't even get to finish my sentence before he proved me right. Grippo with a trademark. I say trademark. It's his 5th goal of the season, but 3 of them have been free kicks. It's amazing to have a central defender who can do... Well, let's be honest, Lursel there not done amazing, but 1-0 Bradford within 5 minutes. First shot of the game. And after 10, we do have 70% of the possession. This is not how it should go Championship versus Premier League. That being said, we are in the playoffs and they are 20th. Ramadan, great name. Ramadan on the ball, out to target on the left-hand side here. That's a good cross. Spencer collects. So I wonder if this is going to be a chance for us or they're going to intercept that, in fact. Smith. Grippo gets that, but that will go back to Zanka/Jurgensen. Don't know which one he actually prefers. Sanson smacks that wide. It says absolute sitter. It wasn't really that close on the overlay. Maybe it was actually closer than it appeared. Tex has picked up a knock but is recovering. We'll just keep an eye on that. Obviously Tex, one of our better players. Not really a player we want to take off. We do have Dalcio back, but he's only good for 75 minutes apparently. So we also don't really want to bring him on too early either. We should be able to nurse him through the rest of the match apparently. But Moy in the middle. Smith, they've not really got weak inside here at all, which is, I mean, it's the last day, so why would they? And Fabio Barini equalises. Great. We still only have that one shot, which isn't amazing. We are playing balanced, so we really should be tracking that. I mean, that's unacceptable, defending there. That was definitely optional from, well, I don't think it might actually be in Lopez, who is on attack, admittedly. Maybe ought to bob them on support for the second half rather than just straight up attack. Because we are doing poorly. Yeah, whatever. So I'm just going to let Tex do another 15 minutes or so before we take him off for Dalcio. Ferreira, I'm slightly worried here because he's been hounded, but no, that's great. I'm slightly worried he's going to get nabbed and maybe do a rash tackle to get sent off there. Tex slightly injured, but still running quite well, apparently, despite a bruised knee. That's going to get to Lopez, just about. Ruiz is going to lose his marker and make that goal number 22. Running past Lopez in the process. Kind of rude. He assisted. But 22 goals. £550,000 he cost, let's not forget. But Tex with a cross that finds Lopez, who first time gives it back to Ruiz. Let's be honest, their defender doesn't move at all. So thank you for the free goal there. So maybe actually bob ourselves on balance, although we are getting the better of the possession again now. Lopez, that's actually a free kick, not a corner it seems. Ferreira, back out to Lopez. Can swing that back in again. Nope, he's just going to run straight through everyone and score himself. Who needs passes? Who needs passes at all when you can just run past their entire defence and go, you know what, I'll have a go. They're very useful. Big screen in the corner. Helping nobody right now, but Lopez runs past one player, 2 players, 3 players, 4 really. None of them closing down. Like, that was essentially a training exercise. I can see why Huddersfield are 20th in the Premier League this season. Fair play to them. They survived 2 years longer in here than they did in real life. But, okay, so now I think it's basically just about saving this game as much as possible. Tex, because he's injured, will come off here. Ferreira, because he's booked, will come off here. Gripper, we can't. I'm tempted to get Gripper off, but Dalcio Bob's on there. That's not a problem. Roster can come in here. That's not a problem either. Dalcio's slightly better at inside forward, so we'll just let him do that. And away we go again. Nothing's happening. Just in terms of fitness, money for Gibson. Gibson does get tired very easily, I find. That is enough time for something to actually happen here. Much will get onto that. Ruiz will collect that just in our half here. Now, does he have anyone to pass it to there? Yes, Dalcio will pick that up and give it back to him, Ruiz, as he runs through their entire defence again without being noticed. But not in a position to shoot. That will go to them. Kachunga, tackled by Dalcio. We get this back in a dangerous position, but that does go back to Grippo, and we build from the back once more. Medina, I say build from the back, we're on the halfway line. Not like we're in our own box or anything. Medina is being hounded here, so I'm guessing this is going to go back to our goalie in the end. No, he ignores everyone and gives it to Zanko, who just gives it back to Much. Excellent, thank you there. Dalcio will maybe be able to swing this in. No, Medina. I'm being proven wrong with every bit of commentary I say right now. Rosters come on and being booked immediately, so thank God we got... Well... That's a way to interrupt my rambling. 4-1. 4-1. Let's not forget, Bradford have not played Huddersfield in absolutely ages due to the vast gulf in divisions they've had for a little while. But Dominguez, that's a worldie. I mean, yeah, I'm going to do it. End of the game highlight. I'm still speechless by this. I mean, presumably this ended. I mean, if they score, they score. It's 4-2. Who cares? But that's. How are we going to top this against? They're disenchanted by the end of this game. I'm not bloody surprised. Josh Douglas from BBC Radio Leeds has been humiliated with his prediction there. Solid amount of bookings for a West Yorkshire derby, though. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Everyone's delighted except for Manny. That's fine. He played about 7 minutes. We managed to be the only second-tier team to progress in the last 8 against Premier League opposition, which means West Ham, Newcastle or Man United in the last 4. Bradford going on a cup run, FA Cup this time. I mean, they've done it in real life fairly recently. And let's just see that injury to Tex, actually, before we go into it. 1 to 2 days. It's 14 days pretty much until... Leeds again, 13 days. I'm immediately proven wrong by the text at the top. 13 days till Leeds. He'll definitely be back for that. Ball has still got between 11 days and 5 weeks, which, to be honest, is not a very narrow window. It's basically as accurate as an Amazon delivery. 360k though, that's nice. Oh yeah, it might be useful to bring you this. West Ham versus Bradford City. So, recently re-promoted West Ham, of course, we played them last year in the Championship. They're doing a little bit better in the Premier League this time round, so probably the best one of the 4 we could have got in terms of progressing to the final. Man United I would have liked the gate receipts for, though, admittedly. That being said, they're all played at Wembley in the FA Cup, aren't they, I think? Yeah, they're all played at Wembley. I'm not going crazy. That's fine. That was last year's last 4, by the way. Good job, Preston. Although the only situation here, we played them 3 times and we have not beaten them yet. Just to interrupt, probably one of the best headlines I've ever seen. Carlisle interviews himself. Few bookmakers considered Carlisle as anything other than an outsider for the Carlisle job. I think he might have slightly more of a chance than they're giving him credit for. As promised, just a quick update on the Championship as a whole. Cardiff have already got their playoff spot, but they are 14 points clear of second place West Brom, with a game in hand, in fact. All of us have a game in hand, at very least, on West Brom. Leeds and ourselves have 2, but they are currently 9 points clear of third. So at the very least, we can get it back to 3 points or 4 points, depending on who wins this match. At the bottom, Blackburn are being dragged into the bottom 3. Derby have escaped and Norwich have escaped quite sufficiently now, I think, for them. Just in terms of the player situation at the bottom here, you can see Grippo's picked up another couple of player of the matches, up on 6. In terms of goals, Ruiz is 4th, or joint 4th, with 15. But if you bob that on minutes per goal, he's 2nd, because of course he was injured for a little whack towards the end of last year. 2nd in the average per minutes, and in terms of assists, Tex is just missing out on the 3rd spot there. But again, he was injured for quite a bit, but 31 appearances kind of doesn't really help on that front with my argument. One thing we are leading the way with is pass completion. 2 people in the top 4. Admittedly, Norman's left, so. In terms of the team, 5th for goals with 58. 4th currently on conceding, 39. And our salary is, you can't see it, but our salary is still 4.5 million. About 3 million behind 23rd Ipswich. One slightly major problem for this tense match against Leeds, and that's Adrian Ruiz is on international duty with the Spain under-19s. That would have been nice for me to have known beforehand, and not have literally just found out about 2 seconds ago. That means Cassidy is leading the line, with Lopez and Tex behind him, McCachran, Dominguez, Ferreira in the middle, Gibson, Garcia, Gripper and Medina in the back. Chad Lamb's also on international duty, so we don't have a spare option at right back, so really hope that doesn't go badly for us. And Martinez, of course, back in goal after being cup-tied against Huddersfield. Also, a rare appearance for Andy Carroll on the bench. Might actually bring him on, because why not? 4-4-2. I like how we have one face on our team and it's a regen. New gen. Whatever. Let's give fans something to cheer about today. Oh, that actually works for once. Yeah, actually, I'm not going to go any further with that. That never works, the fans one. Even with a derby like this, that never works. And they're on the ball. Oh, great. That does go to our giant in defence gripper, but Harrison is allowed to run. Bamford is surrounded by 3 players, and none of them get the ball off him. What? 4-1 against 4-1 Huddersfield. How is the? I mean, 3 minutes gone, and we're watch this. Bamford, 3 players, no one's paying attention to him. Like, I told you to press, but not everybody on every player that has the ball. There are other players on the pitch team. Gripper is frustrated. I know how he feels. That's going to go in. No, it doesn't. Now it will. Nope. Corner to them, but that's from an existing highlight. So fingers crossed this doesn't go anywhere. Like every other corner highlight from an existing. Although that is being passed around annoyingly long after the corner's been taken. So maybe something's going to develop here. Garcia for us in the middle of the park. Ferreira on that ball. Gibson out on the right. Maybe some overlap going to happen here. I have told them to overlap, but they don't do it as much as I would really like. Alioski has on the ball here, but that will go to Medina, who is hounded by 2 players. Grippo, Ferreira, McCachran. Looked like he was going to pass backwards for a second there, but didn't. Gibson, run forwards, Gibson. Like I've told you to. Overlap. Overlap. Lopez, McCachran. I specifically told him to overlap in the pre-match thingy as well. Tex is booked. Juan Dominguez. Out to Gibson. Oh, he is actually getting forward. It's like, forward, Gibson. Tex. There we go. I'm not entirely certain what part of overlap was difficult, but we got there in the end, sort of. Gibson here in 3D wafts it over to Tex, who is thankfully unmarked, and puts it past their number 1, who had a double barrel name who I've forgotten. Peacock Farrell, that was it. Great name. Staying balanced though, 4-1, 4-1. Going up as if. I mean, he slightly schmeicheled that. I have no words for this. What in God's name has happened right there? Only in a derby. Only in a derby that would happen. This is tragic. Their key striker is having a poor game and they're 2-1 up. Right, not good enough. Get out there. We've had 3 shots. 3 shots at home. Now, one thing worth mentioning, of course, is Leeds are third and we were 4th. They bring that up, of course, sort of in passing in regards to closing the gap on West Brom. And Lopez hits the bar. Like, we'll go back to Gibson. Highlight over, though. My hopes were kind of dashed immediately there. 2 more shots have occurred for us now, thank God. Let's stay positive. But O'Donnell on the ball to Zukov. Grippo. Phillips. Quite a lot of bookings on this side. I say quite a lot. It's probably 2. And that's 3 goals. What? I think what we're finding out here is Leeds are 7 goals better than, well, 6 goals better than Huddersfield. We beat them at Leeds, I think, earlier this season. I didn't bring you that match because I didn't think there was so much to play for at that stage of the season. Is it time? Weirdly, Cassidy's not having a bad game. Dominguez is, though. I'm doing it. Right, the poorly playing Dominguez off. Target man Carroll on. Let's see how this goes. I mean, we're 3-1 down. Everyone's staying on attacking. Both teams are on attacking now, I think, so this is going to be fun. Last 20 minutes. Lopez goes for it. Grippo runs through 3 players to get that, and it will go to Bamford. That's amazing how that's happened right now. We are overrun right now, but we have bundled him off, and that highlight went unnecessarily long after the important bit. Right, McCachran's tired. Much is coming on. Ferrer's also tired, but I don't have a replacement for him. Could bring Anthony O'Connor on, but I don't want to. I think Dancio maybe for a little bit more experience on the left-hand side there. We'll go for it. I don't know what he's going to give. Medina's literally just got booked, but we don't have a replacement right back anyway. Not a problem. Texas is injured. Of course he does. Just saw him dip to 35% as his highlight started. But Medina on the ball. Medina's still on the ball. Come on. I know it says slow. I know I bobbed it on lower tempo, and that worked against Huddersfield. We've gone up a position despite not doing anything. Peacock Farrell at the back. Calamity occurring? No. That doesn't get to Bamford, but that will get to Cassidy, who will give it to Tex, who is apparently in the red right now. Carroll's in the middle, does get onto it. That's 4 minutes. I mean, 2 goals in 4 minutes is far too much to ask for, isn't it? 1 minute left on the timer, though. Something could happen here. Garcia will get on that, but we'll just go back to them. Tex will nab that off him. Cassidy, Phillips. This is just changing possession either way. I'm not sure if something's going to happen here or not. Still 30 seconds to go. They're on the ball. Out to O'Donnell here. Just being passed around their midfield right now. No. It's happened twice. It's happened twice in one game. Fourth least conceding team. And it's happened twice in one game. I can't fault Martinez, really. I mean, he could have died for it, but he probably thought he was going out. He's been schmeicheled twice. Agus Medina's been booked. Agus Medina's been booked. You might want to tell him he's off tackles. It's the end of the game, love. It's no good telling me that now. I've never seen one player get 2 own goals in one match. Oh, nice to know that their goalkeeper had gone 2 games without conceding. I mean, I don't know what to say. Goalkeeper ratings are absolutely balked. You can concede none and still be on a 6.9, and 2 2 own goals is a 6.5. Own goal for literally anyone else would bomb him down into the red. And he's conceded 2 by own goals and conceded 4 goals in the actual match, and he's on 6.5. Admittedly, not really his fault. But we've got players on 7s. Welcome to Bradford City. If you've not been with us for the rest of this save so far, now's a good opportunity to go back and watch the rest. Because it's all like this. Now look, it says United strike lucky. They had 5 more shots than us. I like the beacon of hope sent at the end of this. Playing far beyond expectations. Thanks. Again, what on earth has happened here? I was supposed to say, again, worth mentioning, predicted 23rd. Predicted 17th now. We've moved to 105 to 1. Despite selling 2 of our best players, we're 105 to 1 now. We were 1,000 to 1 at one point this season. 4-1 against Premier League Huddersfield. 2 sellout matches, though, by the way, by the looks of things. Raking it in. There's one good thing about Bradford is we don't have the struggle of having a small stadium. So, yeah, that's not too bad. And we do sell it out quite often. We sold it out against Burnley, Norwich. There, you can see those are 2 sellouts. Bolton was a sellout as well. I think we actually are selling out, actually, pretty much every home game since then. Didn't do it against 4 home games in a row, weirdly enough. 23rd Portsmouth next up, so probably losing that one. But we are in the tail end of the season. Now, I'm a little bit at a loss to what to do now, because of course we're still in the FA Cup. So I kind of have to bring you that. Nottingham Forest, not too far away from the playoff positions either. Yeah, okay. So because we're still in the FA Cup, kind of forces my hand a little bit, because we do definitely have to bring you that. So depending on how eventful that is, we'll bring you that next time, and potentially if we can squeeze it in, Nottingham Forest as well. And of course, end of the season coming up very soon as well. Not a lot of games to get points out of right now, and still a lot to play for. So West Ham in the FA Cup semi-final. I was not expecting a cup run, and we're getting one, so alright. And currently 5th in the Championship, with pretty much every team in the playoffs within about 2 points of each other. So my nerves are not going to hold out the rest of the season. That's Josh Broller's becoming doubtful, though, so nice to have him back. Something I wasn't expecting to say at the start of the season, considering he was getting 6.3 every game. West Ham, maybe Nottingham Forest next time round. And then, of course, depending on that, end of the season, maybe playoffs, maybe FA Cup final. Who knows? I don't. Until next time, ta-ra.